got?
Nice solo performance, Kevin. Well, I thought that we could just begin this band meeting, if you will.
I will.
Like any band meeting should begin with roll call. So why don't we do a little denomination roll call? We got any Adamites in the house?
Oh.
Present.
Ibionites? Ecclesiastites? I don't think I said that right. Macronianisms? And of course, Nazarenes. Anybody? No? Okay.
No.
Oh, we had one.
Nazarenes aren't present
last time.
Let's
that
see.
was 2
We
bus
got-
banners ago.
That's right. Agnosilitas?
Any catharsisms?
Brethren of the Free Spirit?
Oh, there you go.
Do we have any of those?
Friends of God?
Oh, I'm a friend of God. He called me friend.
That should be a song. Any Eastern Orthodox? Oriental Orthodox?
There are so many just
Anglics?
subcategories here with more subcategories.
Protestants?
Ooh,
Interdenominational?
that's right.
Messianic Judaism, Jewish Christianity.
This one's good.
There's so many of these that you're saying that I want to.
Yeah,
go
it sounds
to.
appealing. Non-Trinitarianism.
That's
So far,
that's
no
the
one
weirdest
has.
denomination.
Yeah.
Okay, this is what we're not.
Yeah.
We're not going to say what we are.
Exactly.
This is what we're not. We are not.
No one has raised their hand yet. This,
Trinitarianism. No,
this
you
roll
haven't
call
hit
is going
anybody
awful.
Yeah.
We got esoteric Christianity,
That-
apostolic churches,
some of
and
these-
Irvingism.
Irvingism. Some of these
Magic Irving Johnsonism.
some of these might apply to me. I just don't know. New
They
thought.
don't. They
That one
don't.
sounds.
I can assure you.
Oh, this was weird. Christian atheism.
Present.
Christian communism.
Present.
Christian feminism.
communism?
Yep.
That's like,
Christian left. These
oh,
are
Christian
these are
left.
all
What's the Kool-Aid dude? Jim Jones?
the Kool-Aid dude?
The guy that laced the Kool-Aid with cynide.
Oh,
and
Jim Jones. Yeah,
yeah, he was Christian communism.
Christian,
For real?
right?
So we
Brought
should
to you by
definitely
Fox
do
News.
that.
Yeah.
Right.
Green Christianity. That's got to be something EPA related, I assume.
Hug
Yeah.
the tree.
They're recycling
right.
their
Right,
Bibles.
House.
Hug the tree of life. Am I right?
They recycled their Bibles, Joey said.
That's good.
I told a funny joke.
This is all. Why don't you tell listeners where you are getting this information, Andrew?
Well, Wikipedia, of course, because anyone can put something on Wikipedia.
That's how you know
and
it's-
when it's the most amount of the sources.
Yes.
That's how you know
That's how you know it's accurate.
it's accurate.
Yeah.
The most accurate information
Absolutely.
possible is on the internet.
How could it not be?
We should all
Any
raise
more
our hands.
Michael Scott references, or the most Michael Scott references we can have on this episode, the
We should
better.
all raise our hands for this one: house church or simple church, because that's basically what we do. So,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. We're all here. All right. Well, now we're done.
All right. That was a great roll call. Thank you, Andrew. Joey, what do you got for us?
Don't even. over here.
Joey is representing the mega church community today. So
So many.
he's gonna
Megalastianism.
His favorite
he's-
Transformer is Megatron.
he's gonna keep track of how many of you get baptized during this episode and post about it afterwards.
So many words that I want to say that would qualify for that noise to be played over them.
So meta right now. Meta church.
He loves
You always
Meta
talk
Church.
about how angry I am, and then you provoke me.
Well,
I don't
he's
see a
only
conflict of
just
interest there.
revealing
It's-
what's there.
I don't
He's
see a
just turning
conflict
up
of
the
interest.
fire.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
And that's-
you're right.
it's good entertainment. It may go against my principles, but it's good business for
Hey,
our podcast.
Mocking your pain is fun.
I don't mind a church if it's large. I'll say that. I think that if there's a lot of people in a church, it's great. But if it turns into freaking corporate business, freaking pretty boy pastors who literally can't. Hold on. I'm not done. Stop. Just let me get it out. Pretty boy pastors who can't dress themselves, that need personal stylists. My stomach hurts just thinking about it.
So, any attractive man who leads a church is automatically bad.
So Joey is
No.
never going to be a pastor of a
No.
church.
What if you're attractive?
He's
I've just-
immediately disqualified himself
Exactly.
because he's had a stylist.
That's true. You've done some styled photo shoots.
You've been
Yeah,
styled.
I don't need it on a
You
weekly.
always ask me before shows to fix your hair for you, so.
That's not true. But I have been behind the scenes at way too many large churches that prioritize things that they shouldn't prioritize over actually what it should be about. So it's very frustrating.
I think that is a good
Hey,
way to say
you know,
what you're trying
but
to say.
if the coin were flipped, they could say the same thing about us. Because tonight we're going to be watching a Nashville Predators hockey game before we go on, which is extremely sinful and sacrilegious, and be like, so you guys,
Yeah,
do you guys pray before you go
I
on
mean,
and
the
play
Stanley
the show?
Cup is an actual graven idol.
It's
So,
yes.
the
So we
names
could be
of-
accused.
yeah. That is a commandment. One of the first commandments, if I remember correctly.
So I don't even know if I'm going to watch the game anymore after this podcast. I mean, I might not even participate, guys.
I think if you just keep up with the scores on ESPN app, it's not considered
It's
a
not as
sin.
bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
ESPN means every sin purged now. So, so you're in the clear. And NHL is no hell later. So.
What in the world?
What about NFL?
9 forgiven lies.
Wow. The MLB.
Most lenient Baptists.
How about NASCAR?
NASCAR? Oh, man,
Lord.
let's see. No atonement, so Christians are righteous.
Racists. I'm just waiting on the R,
Just
man.
waiting on the R.
Like, you just take me to the R, baby. I got it.
Oh my gosh. You may hear some foreign laughter in the background, listeners. That is
We have
because
some VIP guests with
Yes,
us today.
we
Please
do.
introduce yourselves.
My name is Johnny.
we got Johnny and
Oh, you can't even say your name?
We have his mute daughter, who was unfortunately just robbed of her speech right here in front of us, and so it's a real shame.
You got to at least say your name.
Oh, thanks, Andrew.
Her name is Kana, which Johnny said they spelled it. They have all kids with C names,
Yes.
which are who?
Kana, Caden, Caleb, and Carmen.
That's a lot
All
of
two
kids.
syllables. 2 syllables.
Two boys, two girls.
Yeah,
Yes.
Right.
it's very cool.
That's a lot of kids.
Yes.
that-
She was 13 when we had Caden.
Wow,
So yeah.
it's awesome.
They're all grown, but the youngest.
And where you guys live?
We live in Texarkana.
Which is where we are playing
Yes,
tonight.
playing tonight.
At the Hangout.
If you had to name 2 places that city's pretty close to, what would they be?
Nowhere. Nowhere.
So
Nowhere.
Texarkana, say, would it be like?
Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, Oklahoma.
I never
man.
would have put those two together. I would think that Texarkana would be like in Mississippi, Louisiana,
Yeah,
somewhere like that.
Alaska, Saskatchewan,
Oh, Alaska.
Alaska.
The slowest state.
Wow, that's good. Makes me think of Candyland. Whenever I hear the word molasses, I think of Candyland.
Alaska.
He said Malaska. Yeah.
That's
I just was
awesome.
clarifying.
No,
it
that
also
sounds like
was
my
the
favorite
last
place
state
to
added
visit.
to the United States, so it actually was the slowest.
Well,
Little history for you.
It's got more oil than water.
Very true.
Is that a real thing?
No.
That can't be a real thing. Oh my gosh.
There's got to be a lot of oil though.
I just totally fell into Andrew's trap. Admiral Akbar.
Man, I should be a teacher because I could get kids so easily with that.
That is the greatest joy of teaching is tricking kids. I think.
And then I
Into
could have a
thinking
higher
things that are
test
false.
score than all of them.
You take your own tests.
Isn't that what you do?
I don't see why not.
So Johnny has some history with Disciple. What was the first Disciple show you ever went to?
I believe the first disciple show we was actually in Texarkana when we brought y'all in, and we had a concert at Cornerstone where the guy that set it up put it on the same night as a Texas Arkansas football game with a
Friday night.
So that was
Friday
a
night.
risky move, you would say.
Friday Night Lights.
Uh-huh.
You know, Friday Night Lights.
Do you watch that show?
Have
Have you seen it? No.
Or the movie.
Such a good show. Yeah, great
The
movie.
movie
too.
was good.
Yeah.
But no. Yeah, everybody goes to the football game, so we were not planning on anybody making it to the concert.
So you said, hey, you guys Want to go to the football game?
Yes, disciple, do you want to go to the football game? Because nobody's going to come see you.
Hate to break it to you. There's good news and bad news. No one's coming to the show, but we can go to an awesome football game down the road.
That's right.
I can imagine you were not really disappointed. Like,
No,
You were
it
probably
was
kinda
the
excited.
biggest high school football game I've ever been to. It was really, really cool. Yeah, as you guys know, I have a terrible memory and can't remember anything, and I actually do remember this. And I feel like I remember there being people at the show that night.
Oh,
that
yeah.
it was that
We
we
had
thought it was going to be bad, but it
afterwards.
wasn't bad.
We had the show after the football game.
Like a
So
fourth
it's
quarter
Oh,
or
nice.
fifth quarter.
Fifth quarter, like 10 o'clock, 10:30.
Which, if you're
It was
doing
awesome.
fractions at home right now, it's just a figure of speech.
Yeah, it's $1.25 at that point.
$1.25.
If it's a hockey town, they do fourth period for the youth group kids at the end.
And if it's a soccer town, it's just called extra time.
Yeah,
I'll have to check on that. Let me get on Wikipedia.
Please do.
Yeah, so I remember people actually showing up and it being this like big thing, but we were all psyched out about it, thinking nobody was going to be there. Is that the only other time you've seen us?
We actually had you come to a church I was youth pastoring in Nash at Grace Church. And you set up on our stage that I had built. And
Is Nash in Texas or Arkansas?
it's like a mile from here. You're in Nash.
It's in Texas? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We're in Nash. Thank you. We don't know where we are. We never know where we are.
You're in
I thought it
Texas.
felt like home.
You're in Texas.
Smashville.
Yeah,
we
this
are in
is
Texas right now.
this
Yes.
the original Nash was here, and then he migrated over to Tennessee, and that became Nashville.
Right.
So this is the original
Village
Nash.
of Nash. Yes.
Perhaps the Predators mascot Nash is from here.
That's
Yes.
got to be it.
Is it
Absolutely.
GNASH? Or just NASH?
NASH.
Well,
It's not.
all of our
Now,
theories.
do you
are just
remember what
terrible.
year that was? Because I don't remember.
1974.
Were we a three-piece? Was I playing bass guitar?
You did.
I did play bass guitar, so it would have been 2002 or before. Was it the 90s?
02 probably.
02 probably? Okay. 01 or 02.
Look at you were like 4. What are you shaking your head for?
You remember? Do you know what year it was? What year was it? Well, tell me. He'll edit it out.
Yeah, I will.
Like, write it down on a sheet of paper.
Yeah, you can use the
You
whiteboard
don't-
if you want.
remember it.
You don't? You remember,
You
how old
remember
you
the
were?
show?
To have been old enough to remember it.
Right. Okay.
Because I remember you were screaming and you were on your back, and all the old people at the church were like, "Is he okay?" 'Cause you were screaming too long. They thought you were hurt.
He was.
See, this
for
could
sure.
have been 2003 because I would get
Oh.
on my back for the song that we're going to play tonight.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
I would always get on my back.
Tonight?
Is Wait the one
might.
with the long?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the
Yeah,
one people
so
always
we
reference.
played an old Back Again song last night for the first. Can I say it?
Sure.
Okay, so we played Wait. It's the first time we've played it in, gosh, I mean, since probably 2005. So it's been
Wow,
over.
really?
It's been over 10 years.
So that would mean that the 2.0 guys never even learned that song. Do you think that's true?
no, yeah, it's 100% true.
Wow.
2.0 never learned the song Wait. So
it's too hard.
they couldn't figure it out. Somehow we got it, but they didn't. I don't know.
They kept trying
Andrew
to learn it and
listens to
going-
the podcast, guys.
They
We
kept
can't-
trying to learn and kept going.
Why do you think I said
Wait.
Oh, that's good.
Wait.
Yeah.
This song's too hard.
No, that was not that it was too hard. They could have played it if they
I'm
wanted
editing that
to.
out.
Huh?
I'm editing that part out.
Well, you can edit out if you want to.
I'm just kidding.
They could have. I'll say it may have taken them a little longer to learn it.
No. I just purely said that because we got a text from our good friend Andrew Welch recently saying that he likes bus banners.
He
which
does.
I can only deduce
And
that means he listens to it.
He would be the perfect guess because him and Israel used to talk about starting their own little podcast that they would name A Couple of A-Holes would be the name of their podcast. That is a true story because they would like literally feed off of each other back and forth once they got going. It was just like everybody get out of the way. So he would be a really perfect podcast guest.
We will do that.
I don't know
soon.
if Israel still has his chops. I mean, he's slowed
His
down
Facebook
as a
posts
family
are
man.
normally pretty entertaining.
He's a really funny dude.
Yeah, for sure.
So if we got them both on here, that would be
It'd be a
that'd
dream come
pretty
true.
good. It'd be a dream come true.
Yeah,
They're banterers.
Not joking. They could teach us how to be funnier.
It's true. We've got a lot to learn, obviously. If you are a listener, you'll probably agree with us.
No, Andrew's funny.
Which one?
His
Andrew
face
Rocks is
just
funny.
now. This is where I wish it was like a video cast
Yeah.
because Josiah's face literally just was so hurt.
We'll post a GIF of what my face just did, along with this episode.
It'd be crying Jordan.
Love it. What was I gonna say? Oh, so they most recently, Johnny and Kana most recently saw us at the door on this very tour. So just a couple months ago.
Cool. Now I'm gonna have to change what I'm gonna talk about tonight.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Egyptian pyramids, how they were built.
Hey, don't talk about poop and toilet paper.
Is that my thing? What I did last time?
A year ago in Dallas, we were at a show, and you preached on toilet paper.
How I could prove that God is real from toilet paper or poop?
No, you were saying don't use toilet paper because
Oh yeah, it had nothing spiritual to do with
have
anything.
to use.
I like, here's some free advice, kids.
It was just your using
All
our
right, no,
using
no,
our,
here it is. Here
using
it is.
our
It's like-
valuable set
You're
time.
like, Lord Jesus, I just pray that you bless us with your Holy Spirit and your word tonight. All right, kids, here's what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah.
Don't use toilet paper because wet wipes is the way, the truth, and the life. If you got
All right,
crap.
all right. We've already covered this on this podcast before.
All right, sorry.
So just don't talk
Fine.
about that tonight.
Has anyone gotten crap on their arms since last time we had this conversation?
That's
Or
a good
crap
point. All right,
anywhere
if anyone,
else.
If anyone
Ever.
if anyone wants to
On
respond
you.
to that on the Facebook post, you can go for it.
Or any other substance that is just gross
It's
on
a
you.
legit question. We have a father with young children. That's
right.
An expectant
I change
father.
a lot of diapers. See, that's
So
why
get
Josiah
ready.
doesn't want to talk about it. He's not ready
I
yet.
purposely don't hold babies for that very reason. Like, if I hold them, I'm like, cool, here you go, because I fear the poop.
All right,
Joey
let's-
holds them with
let's
one
get-
hand by
Let's
the top
get
of their
away from
head.
poop. Let's talk babies. Let's say your baby throws up on you. Mm-hmm. All right. What are we gonna? We're just gonna go get a paper towel, a dry paper towel, some toilet tissue, and just wipe it off of there.
Your point is made. Everyone, no one can disagree with you. It is a
You know, here's
totally
another-
inarguable point.
It was
Here-
really a good sermon. It was
Thank you.
great.
I appreciate it. Thank you. A lot of people came to Jesus that night because of that. Another thing I used to do way back in the day, and maybe I did this on the podcast too, I don't remember. But one thing I did back in the day, and somebody came up to me and said it changed their life. It said changed them and their dad's life.
Okay.
It said that they had never heard of that. And that was, I went on this diatribe of
Love that word.
brushing teeth
Okay.
and brushing your tongue and flossing. I had this
On stage?
on stage. I had this whole sermon. About like, you know, you don't. Huh? Yeah, I was helping my buddy. I had this whole sermon about helping my buddy out, and like he didn't know that his breath stunk. Right.
I
And
remember
like,
this, yeah.
like you don't know that your spirit stinks sometimes, you know, but you get into the Word, and the Word reveals things to you that you don't really know is there. And that happens to me all the time. Like, you know, if you're kind of walking in your spiritual walk, and you're just like, I'm great right now. Jesus loves me, and I'm awesome. And then you just come across this verse, and all of a sudden, like something deep in your heart is revealed. And I was making this point about, like, you don't know your breath stinks, and it was, and the guy brushed his teeth, and he was like, okay, is my breath still stinking? I was like, yeah, dude, it's bad. I was like, did you brush your tongue? And he was like, no. And so he brushed his tongue, and then it was like, you know, then he said, okay, now does my breath still smell bad? I was like, yes, it still smells bad. I was like, did you floss? And he was like, no, I didn't. So he's flossed, and then so he's flossed, he's brushed his tongue, he's brushed his teeth. Now he does it again. And it's like, does my breath still smell bad? I was like, yes, it still
Kevin
smells bad.
Young,
So now
dental
he
consultant.
now he's like, so he puts the Listerine, and he gets the Listerine. It's like, now you're good, now you're fine. And so this kid and their dad come up, and they're like, I had never heard of brushing your tongue before you said that. Wow. It's like, no one had ever told me to do that. And he said, yeah, his life was changed. He brushed his tongue. He's like, I never thought about like the food being trapped in my teeth for like 6 months, and it probably is rotten. So there's like this dead cow in the back of my teeth for like the last 6 months, and he's rotting back there. That's why my breath stinks. So there you go.
But
I
now
helped the father and son out that
Yep.
night.
They all have lived happily ever after.
Is that true?
I don't know.
So that's what I'm doing wrong.
Okay, so when you were naming your kids, it was all the C thing. What started with that? Your name's Johnny, so you didn't go with Jay's.
No.
What's your wife's name?
So the first one was just a C on accident. It wasn't.
My wife's name is Cheryl with a C.
There you go.
But she changed it to Cheryl with the S.
Wait,
Okay.
really? She changed it?
But the pastor changed it to Flo with an S.
Your pastor changed your wife's name to Flo?
Because he was preaching and walked in between the aisles one day and said, if we can get Flo off crack, we'll be doing good.
What in the world?
Wait, was he just like making an analogy and just happened to point at her?
Yes.
Is that kind of and
Yeah.
so people call her Flo now?
Yes.
I
Wow.
also think she's a recovering drug addict.
But she's not.
But she's not. She's never done drugs.
Wow.
Hey,
That's fantastic.
She'd be in good company, as we mentioned on the last podcast. There's a woman who messaged us and said that we are clearly whacked out on drugs.
Yeah.
So
Clearly.
we are actually all recovering from our caffeine and whatever else is in Monster addiction.
Quarantine. What is it?
Quarantine.
Carnitine.
Taurine.
Taurine. That's
Taurine.
It, yeah.
L-carnitine.
vitamin B on there just to make you feel like.
Oh, vitamins. It's healthy.
Actually, no joke. Our bus driver,
What's his name?
Craig. I think this was last night after everybody went to bed. He came by me. I was the only one up. He grabbed a Monster, the Java
Coffee
thing,
drink, yeah.
out of the refrigerator. He came by. He's like, dude, look at all this stuff in here that is like amazing for you. Like, he was dead serious. He's like, it's got vitamin D, da 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 da, da da da. He's like, it ain't like the normal Monster. He's like, it's actually healthy for you.
Basically kale. It may as well be a superfood.
Dude,
That's right. Superfood.
It's got, hey, once you put milk in that drink, now it's good.
That's
Yeah.
right. You put grape juice, white grape juice, in Pepsi. It makes it healthy.
You do that.
Hey,
I've never heard of that.
Just crush up a Flintstones vitamin in that
Yep.
thing and you're good to
Yep.
go.
That's right.
taste like?
Yes. White
Like-
grape juice
Yeah.
and Pepsi.
What's the taste like?
It's just fantastic. It's great.
Tastes like heaven.
White grape juice. Is this like, are we talking fermented or unfermented?
White. Have you never had white grape
Yeah,
juice?
you know, a Pepsi with a nice Pinot Noir.
He doesn't know what it is.
White grape juice is all. Have you seriously never had white grape juice?
No.
Like
It's amazing.
Like Welch's makes it. Like
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
like,
it's like,
Welch's.
yeah. Just,
you got red, you got white. Just
You
like
don't-
You got red.
Oh,
Andrew obviously doesn't go to the grocery store for his family.
No.
So, because you would see it.
I'll
You
have
would
to
see
talk
it.
to the fitness and health consultant in my household.
Yeah, I'm not saying white grape juice is good for you. I don't know, but apparently with Pepsi, it's
well,
solid.
I'm sure I'm sure there are versions of it that are good for you, but so much of like the Welch's stuff is all like from concentrate and super sugary. So
I'll have to talk to Andrew about that.
Yeah.
See if he
It
can
says
fix that.
100% on it.
does it say 100%?
Yes.
All right. All right.
100%.
If that's the case, then that's pretty
100%
good.
from concentrate.
right.
100%.
They'll trick you, man. They'll get you. I only know this because I was working out in this room yesterday that had a box of Lucky Charms in it for some reason. It was like a kid's room in church, and I just kept looking at the box of Lucky Charms while I was doing stuff, and it said like, yeah, exactly. It was like whole grain, and then it said like something that you wouldn't even ever think cereal would have in it, like 0 grams of saturated cholesterol, blah blah blah. And it's like, people are looking at that and being like, oh my gosh, that is the best. I've got to get Lucky Charms now because they're obviously good for you.
Here's a bunch of marshmallows that are
marshmallows.
cancer.
Oh, dude, I've stopped buying Lucky Charms at my house because I get so irritated with my kids and my wife because I'll buy Lucky Charms and then I'll get it and I'll be like, oh man, here we go. I'm gonna eat some Lucky Charms today. I open it up and pour it into the bowl and all the marshmallows are gone.
Do they hand pick them out?
They hand pick them out and eat the marshmallows out. So I've just stopped buying them.
Man, do they even love you?
They don't. They hate me. They despise me, at least at breakfast.
Man,
I mean, they start loving me around 11 or 12.
they're going to be upset when they hear this.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Riker's gonna find this podcast on YouTube like in 18 years and be like,
Riker is not to blame. He hasn't done anything. I would never let him have a
He is
Lucky
not at
Charms
the
box yet.
age of accountability yet.
No, he
so.
is not to blame for anything. He is a perfect little angel.
Just for whacking his sisters with drumsticks.
Yeah, but see, he doesn't even know that that's bad yet because he hugs them right after he does it, so it's okay.
We were talking about grocery stores yesterday, me and Joey. What's your grocery store of choice?
yeah.
Well, we usually shop at Kroger, but my favorite is Whole Foods.
Expensive.
Well, yeah, I also like having money for other things. So we don't go every time.
When I lived in Tennessee, I liked Kroger because they had the fuel rewards, and you got, no matter if you had enough points or not, it was always 3 cents off your gallon.
That's fantastic.
Which was great. So I liked Kroger, but I just moved to South Carolina, and we have Bilo, Publix.
That's good.
Winn-Dixie's done. Ingles is all right, but
None of these ringing a bell for you?
I do.
We don't know anything.
Wow, these must all
We don't
be-
have
I do live next.
Original.
I do live next to a Whole Foods though, and I have been shopping there.
Do you ever get to lunch there? Like they have like
Yes.
like fresh food for lunch and stuff.
It's amazing.
Oh, it's so good.
Yep.
Coffee too.
Really?
Their salads are really good as well, and they have a sushi bar and a
Yes.
pizza bar.
Whole Foods is one of those grocery stores, Johnny, that's like for hipsters that care about taking care of themselves and
Everything's
eating,
organic and green. And
eating, stuff that I mean, if you're into caring for yourself and being healthy, it's
They
just
don't have
a place
Fruity
people
Pebbles
go.
there.
I would say that would be
they're probably
against the
gluten free
rules.
if they do.
Yeah, gluten-free Fruity Pebbles. So what grocery stores do you have here in town?
Albertsons, Walmart,
Albertsons. Walmart is your
Yep.
grocery store? Okay.
Yep.
Super One. That's it.
What was this?
Super One.
Super One is a grocery store. Okay, never heard of it.
We do have a Brookshire's, but it's 30 miles away.
What's it called? 30 miles.
Brookshire's.
I wonder if Albertsons, because Kroger has all these like partners all across the country. I wonder if Albertsons
be.
is a Kroger partner. Do they
But-
do fuel rewards at Albertsons? No. Then no.
They're closing all the Albertsons. We just haven't made it to ours yet.
Gotta get to Albertsons while you can if you're in Texarkana.
Hurry up! Hurry up! It's going fast.
Texarkana.
Be on the lookout for going out
It's okay, she says.
Oh man, that's your new Twitter handle.
That before.
You've
I
heard that
bet.
before?
Living here.
Volcana, but that's not even how you
Volcana.
say my name.
Volcana. You like that one? That's your favorite one, isn't it?
No.
It's pretty good. If she lives in Tennessee, volunteer, Tennessee volunteer.
Volcano, yes. Oh,
that'd be
dude,
so sick.
seriously? She doesn't really like football, though.
If she lived in Tennessee and liked football,
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
Um,
Right, but girls baskall is
Of
really
course.
big in Tennessee.
Yeah.
Lady
The
Vols.
whole- the
Lady
whole
Volcano.
college is all
Did you-
volunteers.
You like girls basketball?
No.
Well, all right. She doesn't like that either.
um,
What do you like, Kana? We're gonna
Nothing.
just edit to your answer. We'll just put
right.
out all the
I-
dead
you know what?
space.
No, I figured it out.
Okay.
Johnny, could you tell us the most embarrassing thing about Kana? Unless she objects and wants to tell us something nice about herself.
She doesn't get embarrassed.
She doesn't get embarrassed.
Oh, that's good.
She gets offended, but not embarrassed.
Offended.
He
Offended.
thinks I'm sensitive.
You're sensitive.
But he's mean.
Oh, he's mean to you. Before this started, I heard that you were mean. So which one is it? Who's mean? So you act like each other. That's what it is?
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
Okay. So you are daddy's girl for sure then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So nobody
Okay.
at work likes me. 'Cause
Oh, so-
I act like him.
And you work for his
I'm the
construction
boss.
company?
Oh yeah. I'm
And-
the I'm the CEOO. So I tell them what's up, and they don't like that.
Is that a real thing? That is a real thing.
So I would
Okay.
imagine if I was like an older guy working in construction and a 20-year-old girl was telling me what to do, I might have an attitude.
So are you like out there with a hard hat on, like being like, do this, do that? Or are you like more office work
I usually
type
show
stuff?
up and I look like I haven't been working, and I think that upsets them too. They're like, "You're not even doing it," and then I tell them what to do.
She knows.
What kind of
That
places-
probably makes him even more mad is when she gives him like the right answer of what to
Yeah,
do.
right.
She's like, they're like, yeah, she's right.
What kind of places do y'all typically work on?
Mostly homes and
Homes.
houses.
Okay, cool.
Yes. We repair houses and paint and remodel, stuff like that.
Do you
Okay.
travel? You
I
come to-
myself live in a house.
Ah, yeah, Andrew.
Did y'all build them from the ground up ever?
With a roof?
yeah, his house.
I mean, I haven't seen
He's
the
a
owner's
Christian rock
manual for a
musician. He
minute.
hasn't afforded the roof yet.
working his way up.
Saving up.
We
Yep.
just finished the walls recently, and we've got a tarp laying over the walls.
Got to GoFundMe for Andrew's ceiling. So no new construction. No, mostly just like okay.
Repairs. Cool.
You travel?
Very cool.
I live in Kentucky. We need some repairs.
I don't think we can make it that far.
Don't think you want to? Well, if you
Not
ever want to
even for the
go,
lead singer of Disciple Rocks.
if you ever want to go to the Kentucky Derby or anything like that,
You.
if you ever want to take a vacation to the Kentucky Derby, then in the meantime, just do some repairs to my house.
Is
so
that
we
going
can
on
make
right
that
now?
happen.
Yeah, maybe you get him the tickets.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I can
of
get you
course he
Derby
would.
tickets.
Just build you a new kitchen
Instead of horse he
while
would.
we're down there. We can build you a new kitchen while we're down there.
You already got a new kitchen.
You're
What do you need at your
my
house?
wife's new best friend. If you were to do that, she would love that. Actually, I have lived in Kentucky now since 2006, so almost 11 years, and we're right at 11 years, and I have never been to the Kentucky Derby. Like my wife, because every year that it's happening, we're always on tour every single time.
How long does it go? It's like a week. Is that?
It's like a
or is it
weekend.
just
It's like a
Weekend.
a weekend?
Mm-hmm. But there's other racetracks in Kentucky. There's Keeneland, which is in Versailles, which is right next to
The church,
Lexington.
Yep.
And you would think that I just pronounced it wrong because it's
Versailles.
Versailles in France.
Yeah.
But trust me, the Kentucky way to pronounce it is Versailles.
Versailles.
They're-
Much more phonetically literal.
Even though they're wrong,
Yeah.
they're right.
Right. I guess if you move to a new country and start a city,
I mean,
steal a name, you can
we say
it however you
Paris,
want.
and that's wrong.
We say what?
We say Paris.
Oh yeah, because of Paris. Is that,
That's right.
Yeah, there you go. Mexico.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
keep going.
Yeah.
Let's just keep it going.
Tejas.
Canada.
Chaos.
Canada.
Canada.
Canada. Oh, Canada.
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 So you're not really into college sports, Johnny, but you like high school sports.
I'm not into sports.
You're not into
Oh, okay.
sports at all.
Unless it has something to do with burning a tire, then I'm not much into it.
Burning
about
a
racing?
tire?
Yes.
Oh, I see.
You like racing, NASCAR?
Drag racing, NASCAR, mud.
Who's your favorite NASCAR fan or racer? I'm sorry. Your favorite NASCAR racist? That's what we call them.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, most of mine retired.
That's okay.
Been
Sure.
around that long, so.
Who'd you like?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Oh.
So we can name all the old ones for you,
Anymore.
huh?
Can't keep up with NASCAR anymore.
Ernie Irvin was not your favorite, right?
Old drivers. I'm just gonna
Kel
start naming them.
Yarbrough,
All right. Bobby Labonte.
Richard Petty,
Jeff Gordon. Mark Martin.
Had to drive a Ford.
Sterling Marlin,
Rusty Wallace. Rusty Wallace drove a Ford.
Rusty Wallace.
Rusty Wallace.
I'm a huge NASCAR fan. I can talk about it forever. It keeps coming up in every podcast. It's the superior sport, guys. It's good.
Hockey's been coming on every podcast too.
That's true. It's also the superior sport.
Are you talking to anybody? Because you don't have a microphone in your hand.
Oh, I'm
Is this your
talking
first
NASCAR.
podcast?
He's not getting it back.
Right.
So-
He's talking NASCAR.
Yeah, that's awesome. I live close to a dirt track and also a paved track, and I love going to those races because if you've never been to a dirt track race, you need to go because basically you go to a fight and a race breaks out,
Right.
and
We do that here at our track.
it is nothing
Yes.
but fights all night, and it's the best $3 to $5 you will ever spend in your
awesome.
life. Yes.
What, who are people in the stands are fighting?
No, drivers are getting
Drivers
out
are
of their
fighting.
cars and literally like pummeling each other. And no joke, the last
So that's
one
how that dude died with the Home Depot guy.
that was a little extreme for that kind of racing. This kind of racing is like guys
He
who
got
go
out on
to
the track and
in an all black suit that was not a well lit track, and those kind of cars, to turn them they have to hit the gas, which makes the car turn to the left, and that's why the back tire caught him. It was not smart on his part, but this is like they have races where people go to a junkyard and find an old 4-cylinder and like bore them out as hard as they can go. So you'll see like a Toyota Corolla come flying by that sounds like a bumblebee or whatever it sounds like. But no joke, the last dirt track race I went to, the driver was so mad at the flag guy for some reason, and he was scaling the fence trying to get to the flag guy and makes it over the top as the flag guy's like coming down the ladder. So the driver jumps off the stand and like comes down on top of this dude's head and just punches him right in the face, and then it looked like a gang fight.
wow.
And I'm just like sitting there eating my popcorn, drinking my Coke. I'm like, yeah, this is awesome.
Get him!
I love racing.
Why could you get mad at a flag guy?
Because most of the people who are racing at dirt tracks are very much amateurs, and sometimes the flag guys will not throw a caution when they need to, and it puts everybody's life in danger, and so that's why this guy was mad
I
because
see.
somebody had wrecked and he wasn't paying attention. He was probably up there on his phone checking his Instagram or,
That makes sense.
taking a selfie.
Okay.
Whatever.
All right.
But
Now, have you ever,
And
Johnny?
they're supposed to black flag someone that it's not driving
Yep.
right, and if they don't black
Appropriately.
flag them,
yeah,
then the flagman's not doing his job.
yeah.
I actually won a championship,
Really?
6-foot trophy in dirt track racing.
Well, did you race? Did you race?
Foot
Like,
trophy.
Yeah.
what style? Late model?
It was a 4-cylinder dirt
Oh,
track.
okay, cool,
Yes.
awesome.
I was only
I like
I
this
was
guy.
only 19, and so
That's awesome.
So 6 years ago.
yeah, a guy asked me that had to shop next to ours if I wanted to race a dirt track car, and I
Yeah.
said sure.
So would you do it now?
Sure.
Would you?
Yeah.
When's the last time you drove
Oh,
or
I
raced?
I took my Mustang to the drag strip last year, but not dirt track.
Okay, that's awesome.
But I'm a champion.
So you took your Mustang to the drag strip.
Yes.
All right. How fast can you get? Is quarter mile?
Yes.
How
Quarter mile.
how fast do you get in a quarter mile?
14-second flat,
So what mile per hour is that?
like 115.
Very good.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's cool.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
in trouble for that because he burned the tires off his wife's Mustang that she drives every day. So he had to buy her new tires.
Wow.
Nice work.
That's
bud.
those tracks you can just drive your car up to and just pay a couple bucks and
Yeah.
see how fast you can
That's
run it down.
Yes, that's it.
Brother, I like this guy.
So, what kind of Mustang?
It's a 2010 GT,
Okay,
5-speed.
Dude, that's fun.
So going 115 miles an hour, did you ever even go to fifth gear? Did you keep it in fourth?
Couldn't get to fifth gear.
So did you actually go to four?
Third gear is about all you get.
Third gear. So you're going 115 miles an hour in third gear. So 115 in third gear is redlining the RPMs for sure,
Pretty
right?
good. Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Pretty close.
Wow.
That's fun. We gotta do this. We gotta do
I
this,
say
guys.
we end this podcast right now and let's go to your house.
Yeah.
Get the car.
Let's get the car.
Hey, Kevin can drive the bus. We can
Let's go.
go
Hey.
take the bus on the strip.
My wife's
Yeah.
bringing the car. We can go out here. Me and you can do some donuts right out here.
There's no me and you. I'll let you do the donuts, but I will gladly be in the passenger seat for the donuts.
We do not need to worry about getting back in time. If we go and get the Mustang, we're gonna be back in time.
Okay, perfect.
Also, people have given us a lot of donuts this past couple weeks, so I think we're actually don't need any more.
Okay, that's fine.
That's the first donut I've seen Kevin pass on.
Am I right?
Fatty.
I got this Mustang, and my pastor doesn't do speed and hot rods.
Speed's an illegal drug. And
Yeah, it's
that
good
would
that
be
he does
bad
not
for
do
a
that.
pastor to
Most
do that,
pastors
so,
should
yeah.
not
I've
be.
never even heard of hot rods.
Then pulled up in front of the church, and I picked up Cana. I said, "Get in." They were all standing in front of the church talking. I get in. So we pull down the street, do a couple of donuts, pull back up to the church, and I throw the door open. Pastor, get in. It's like, no way,
Nope.
man.
No, thank you. Yeah. There's nothing like a good church parking lot donut, you know. Let me tell you something. Back in the day, whenever it would snow, the first thing me and my buds would do would go to the church parking lot and literally just clear out the snow with our cars. You know, just donut that whole parking lot. That's how we got all the snow off there.
The same Celica you still drive?
No, I've done it in the Celica, but this was more like my original 1987 Honda CRX hatchback, two-seater.
Yes.
So that was my way of saying no. I don't have enough room for you to go with me. I'm sorry. It's only a two-seater.
Yeah, I still use that occasionally
It's
too.
also a great way to avoid third wheels on dates.
Yeah,
No.
but funny enough, I would stick about 8 people in that car because it was a hatchback, so
When you
people
wanted
would be laying down. We'd all be youth group trips or whatever.
Yeah,
you know?
if I don't want to fit people, I'm like, oh, I got the Wrangler, that's loud, there's no room, and then if we were getting burritos at midnight, I'd get like 6 people in there.
Yeah, of course, absolutely fit everybody in there.
We are youth pastors at First Bikers Church.
You're still a youth pastor.
At First Bikers Church.
First bikers church.
So bikers church have youth
Yes.
that come to them?
Teenagers.
Because I think of bikers church stereotypically, or grown people.
They have children.
So the bikers' children is the youth group.
Yes, correct.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Do you have a bike?
I do have a bike.
What kind?
Kawasaki. Vulcan.
All right. Nice. My dad used to have one of those.
Yes.
I sold my first Harley last year. I had a Harley for a couple of years, and it was very sad to say bye to it, but
Right.
I'm never home to ride it, so
Johnny, let's just cancel the show and go to your house.
yeah, I
Ride
agree.
bikes and drive Mustangs.
I have my
Tires.
motorcycle license, so
Yes.
if you want to let me borrow
can
your
go
bike,
ride.
let's do it.
I also have my motorcycle license,
Right.
and I pray to God that my wife does not hear this podcast.
Yes.
Because I sold my motorcycle for an engagement ring, so my motorcycle magically turned into an engagement ring, and then now that we have kids, she has asked me very politely to never ride a motorcycle ever again.
And you know what? You're
Right.
still here.
I am still here, and I haven't
Just saying.
ridden a motorcycle but once.
my,
Just once.
my wife traded in an engagement ring for a motorcycle helmet to ride with me when we were dating.
What?
Let me process what you just said. Your wife traded in an engagement ring to get a motorcycle
Was it an
helmet
engagement ring from someone else?
to ride with you. She was dating another dude.
Oh,
And said-
snap.
Said Johnny is wearing leather.
Wow.
He's got the bike. And
It
throw
just
the ring
feels
off
right,
my
yep.
hand.
He's got a
Exactly.
6-foot trophy from a dirt track race.
Yes.
Wow.
Every Johnny Rebel, every
Seriously.
rebel is named Johnny. That's just how it
her
goes.
her shirt says Rebel.
Had the rebel haircut,
It does.
everything. I had
That-
the rebel hair and all.
Rebel haircut,
Yeah.
Oh my
aka a
gosh.
mullet. Is that a mullet? Yeah. Okay.
We like to think we have the rebel
Hair
haircut.
metal.
I don't know. Our haircut with the shave size is kind of like the 21st century mullet. I think
like a mod Rebel haircut.
Mod
yeah.
mod reb.
Yeah. More women have this haircut than we do.
Well, but they got it from us.
That's maybe. Yeah.
Next time we come to town, we are coming to your house and we are hanging out. I need rebel lessons.
Yes.
Rebel lessons.
You go to bikers church. You can dress like
We played at a biker's church.
you gotta.
All
have
you
your
gotta do.
sleeves
Hey.
Somewhere.
Lesson number one.
Oh,
Lesson number one, Joey. Steal somebody's fiance. That's lesson number one.
Exactly. Yes.
then take him for a bike ride. Then you're set.
I
That's
don't.
it.
I don't wake up in the morning desiring to get punched in the face. So I think I'll
How did that
probably
go?
refrain
Did you
from
get
that.
punched in the face?
No, it worked out great.
So it worked out great.
And you've never worried that she would do the same thing.
Wow.
Oh.
No.
And Kana's here now because of that.
Right. Tina's here.
And all the others see Caleb,
Christoph.
Christoph,
That's not one.
Kenkel, I don't know all the names. I can't remember.
Carmen.
Carmen,
Yarman. How can we forget that?
Caden,
We've overstepped our bounds. now,
Kana,
sorry.
and then
Caden.
Yeah.
Carmen.
Calligraphy.
Caleb.
Caleb.
Crindy.
The most obvious one, Caleb, of course.
Yes.
So what are some other things that you're into? You've obviously established that you're the coolest person that we've ever met. So that's obviously
We got a
out
6-foot
there.
trophy
So
for you in the back,
what else
too.
yes, 6-foot trophy to establish that you are the coolest person that we've ever met. So what other things are you into? You obviously like music. How'd you get into like Christian rock music? What else do you like?
Well, I was in a hair band when I was a teenager. We had a garage band.
Singer, guitar player, drummer?
Drummer. Played
Drummer?
drums. Yes. Played the drums.
Man.
And we rocked it out all the time.
What was the name of your band?
Duchess Favor.
Duchess Favor.
Yes.
Okay.
My
And
guitar,
did you record anything?
on a jam box.
Nice.
Do we have tapes of this jam box
I
recording?
can't find it. I'm looking.
Oh, you're
You looking?
Yeah. Are you the only one, the sole possessor of the tapes?
Yes.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
I-
I've got some of those.
I go through and I'll find them occasionally, and I've got some old Disciple, like from the 80s.
Yes.
Actually, Disciple stuff, 89.
We need some of that.
One of our first practices when we were like 13 years old.
Wow. That's
What kind of drum
awesome.
kit did you play?
I had a Pearl Export.
All
Of
right.
course you did.
Yes.
I'm playing a Pearl tonight. Not export.
Before that, I had a Swingerland.
Swingerland,
red,
yeah.
Red Swingerland
Yeah.
metal flake. Let me tell you this story. because
I'm in.
me and my buddies were jamming at this old 2-story house with a buddy that lived there, and he was a real long hair hippie, and all he did all day was play guitar. No job, no life. That
Sounds
was his
awesome.
life. Yeah.
Very,
That's what he
I
did.
know. I'm familiar with this lifestyle.
Yeah, we did that. So we went home for Thanksgiving the next day, and me and a good friend of mine was sitting there. He was like 13, 14 years old. He had a brand new Ibanez and amp at the house we were playing in. We get a phone call from the guy. He says, "Dude, my roommate's flipped out. He's burned all our instruments." I was like, "Dude, don't even joke like that."
What?
So you got to come out here. He's thrown some of them in the river. He's burned some of them. He's gone crazy. He's burned my albums. He's burned our guitars and our drums.
Sounds like a death wish
And
to
I'm
me.
like, oh my. So we tell my parents, we jump in the car, drive down there, and we're pulling up to this house, and we see smoke coming up behind this old 2-story house. And I go out to the fire, and there's rings of my Swingerland drums in the fire where he burnt our instruments. There's a neck of the Ibanez there where he burnt that boy's brand new Ibanez.
Why did he do this?
What?
And,
Why?
He said that we were all demon possessed and we were worshiping Satan and all this stuff. I was like, no, we weren't worshiping Satan.
Okay, so you had a Slingerland kit that got burned,
Yes.
and do you know what year you got that Slingerland kit?
Probably 83,
Oh my gosh.
82.
Okay,
Slingerlands are really nice.
Now let me
drum
ask this:
kits.
the guy that did the
Especially
burning,
vintage ones.
he was in the band?
No, he was a roommate of that other guy.
And he
Wow.
was like a
He
super,
was not in the
super
band
Christian,
at all.
like,
Super conservative Christian.
I didn't even know the guy.
oh my
And
gosh.
he just like flipped out.
So
I
did you
think
file a
that's-
police report?
Yes, we filed a police report, and that's why I got a new Pearl export set.
Oh,
the guy had to buy
nice.
me a new set, and he bought the
Good.
other guy a guitar and an amp.
Whoa, whoa, whoa,
Yeah,
whoa,
at
whoa,
least,
whoa, whoa,
so-
whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, hold on. The justice system worked, and this guy actually bought you.
Yes.
He did something wrong to you, and then actually
The 80s were magic.
the damages.
Yes.
He like repaid you for the damages caused.
He paid me like $40 or $50 a month, and I paid that on my drums until they got paid. And
I'm not familiar with this United States of America.
Yeah.
This I don't know
That's
this
amazing.
this time that you're speaking of.
Do you still have your Pearl kit?
No, I sold that when I got engaged,
Okay.
and don't have the Pearl set. I tried to buy it back from a guy, and like 2 or 3 years later,
Yeah.
and he wouldn't sell it.
I have acquired 3 drum kits just in case I have to sell one for an engagement kit. I still have 2 remaining. Oh, an engagement ring. Sorry.
Engagement
Engagement
All right,
kit.
what would that have in it?
Yes.
Cologne,
Yeah.
some nice shoes, a ring, obviously.
Yes, that's part of it.
Flowers, a car. Yeah, this is your engagement kit.
A nice little glass of, depending on whatever you would drink
Yeah,
at an
white grape
occasion
juice.
like that.
A
Obviously,
checkered-
white grape juice.
A checkered sport coat.
It's okay.
I'm supposed to look her quiet.
We knew what you meant. It's okay.
No, I just thought that was
yes.
that was a classic Freudian slip
Yep.
because that's who Joey really is married to. The drum kit.
Ah, he
No.
loves her. What's the name of your drum
Married
kit?
to the metal.
Which one?
Ooh, dude, look at
Mormon.
that. I literally just discovered something.
He's playing the Sonic Field.
Oh wow!
My gosh. The name of the clear one. What's the name of the clear drum set?
Actually, I haven't named that one yet.
Is it always a girl's name though? So it's going to be a girl's name.
Probably.
So her name should be Clearasil.
Really hope that you don't.
That'd be a
really
terrible
bad.
girl's name.
Really hope you don't end up just
Well, Clearasil then
beating
is a
girls
little better.
later in life.
What are the other girls'
bad.
drum kits names?
So I've primarily named like snare drums and stuff. This is so lame. I'm
I'm
sorry.
ready.
But I mean, I grew up a car guy, and you always named your cars and everything.
I have named for all of my cars
Yeah. So
and my motorcycle.
So I have a snare that's named Lauren. That's like a. Actually, I'm playing it now because it's my backup snare because the Pearl one broke. It's like a brownish. I was like, Lauren would have brunette hair.
Yeah, absolutely. Lauren.
That, and then the the Truth kit or the Truth snare drum that's like flat black with silver like metallic sparkle through it is named Shelby.
Love the
And
name
then
Shelby.
I have a solid gold snare named Goldie Rocks. And then my SJC kit that I use to practice the Long Live the Rebels album on, that kit is named Sasha.
Sasha.
And
Nice little Russian
the
drum
Yamaha kit, I named it, but I don't remember it.
Anybody else name
So-
their vehicles?
I've
Y'all
I've
named
got.
y'all guitars.
Well, I always call 'em the Jeep Pearl just because it's white, but I also call it the Jeep more.
The Jeep. Pearl.
But I got names for the guitars. You do too, right? All right. So I've got the first orange one. I got it's like orange and dark gray. I'd call it Phil because it looks like Philadelphia Flyers colors on purpose. And then I've got Bozo because the black and red one looks like it has a clown nose on it because it's all red.
The button. Yep.
Yeah,
Iceman.
pretty stupid. And then blue and silver is Iceman, which is actually cool because it looks like Val Kilmer's helmet from Top Gun.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, that was a happy accident. I didn't order chrome hardware, but it came with it, and it was like, what's up, Val Kilmer's helmet? Iceman. And then I've got my baritone is painted like Poe Dameron's X-Wing from Star Wars, so that's
You
Poe.
guys like Star Wars at all? No Star Wars? Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I know your bedroom's all
Didn't
Star
somebody-
Wars decorated, but
That before I got married, it was. That was a long time
we
ago.
have the DVD.
I've grown up. I've grown up since then.
Didn't somebody rename a guitar of yours recently without you knowing? I feel like somebody came and said that was your guitar.
Yeah, I got those little nicknames on the cases so that they get put away right, which never happens. And
Hard life.
it's tough, man. We've fired several guitar techs on this tour. Just couldn't do. But the name tape, I don't know, piece of tape on the case has a name on, and it's got a piece of tape over it now that says Rebecca Black, and no one wants to own up to it.
Oh my
I
gosh.
can say
That's
I love that.
with 100% accuracy, and you can put me on a lie detector test. I did not do that.
He totally did it.
Whoever did
He's
it
only
is first
saying
name
that
Josh.
because he's been
I know
practicing
that.
the lie detector test. He's been working very hard at
He's
it.
been studying for the lie detector
Yeah,
test.
so he's jumping in. Hey, you can test me, and I will pass.
Little does he know he's been practicing with a Richter scale, so he's not going to pass.
He's not
An
going to
erector
pass.
set? Do you guys have those? Connects? Erector
So
sets?
what magnitude of a lie was that?
Oh my god. Do you name anything?
I have my guitars are named as kind of a theme of the syllables. So my first Zane guitar has kind of a light and darkness, cosmic kind of theme to it.
So you named it
And
Zane?
So I named it Zane. It's already on the headstock. No, that one's called Cosmo. And then the white one that I have, it's like a translucent white, so it's this kind of tundra-looking, snowy. And Fargo is one of my favorite movies, and that's a snowy place, so I named it Fargo. And then the matte black baritone, I actually couldn't think of a name for. What? and so I actually asked social media what they thought, and they submitted a lot of good names. And someone thought of Echo, and I was like, that fits perfectly with the other two. So that one's called Echo.
Nice work.
Kevin, have you named your microphone yet?
Named the
Should be
Mike.
stinky. It smells like a.
Mike McStinkerson.
Yeah, it smells bad. Josh Kinchlow, I've got to say what he named his cat. It's awesome.
Cat?
Yeah.
He's got a girl cat that he named Bill. I love that, and he was thinking about like all of the out of context conversations that can be had about Bill. You know, like I woke up with Bill on my face.
Yeah, Bill's under the bed again.
Yeah, I heard him explaining it to you the other night, and you
I
were
laughed.
like, why did you name it Bill? He's like, I just wanted to name my cat Bill.
I just wanted to name my cat Bill, dude.
Very good.
Oh, it's so funny. I named my first car a Honda CRX. It was Cindy CRX. My second car, Camille Camry. And then my motorcycle was a Honda CBR F4i. I named it Fiona. And my current car, it was Celeste Celica. But I thought more recently, I was like, I should have named her Celine.
Oh,
Celine would have been the
Because
better
that's your
name.
lady.
Cause she is my lady.
So your naming is based on the phonetics of the whatever model it is.
Yes, and that is also why this Prevost was
Yep.
named Phyllis.
Phyllis, Prevost.
But
Wow.
I wanted to change it to Priscilla.
No,
but
that-
these guys are revolting against
you
me.
already said it.
I'm in the middle. I don't really have an opinion one way or the other. But Andrew,
Andrew, who
is
never
like,
takes a hard
I
stance
know.
against anything,
He
is like
staunchly against
screw
it.
that. I'm not gonna call her Priscilla.
I'm a staunch conservative when it comes to naming things because if you're gonna name it, you're admitting it has feelings. So you're gonna just change your name without getting permission.
The SMH that's going on right now with Kevin Young is top shelf. Maybe.
That was really funny.
Look,
Yeah, that was.
She's
Phyllis-
an innocent old lady.
no offense to all the people named Phyllis that don't listen to this show because there's not one single one.
I did search our database. There is no Phyllis that listens
There is
to our
no
show.
Phyllis listening to this show. So no offense to all the people that don't exist listening to this show. But Phyllis, she earned that name by breaking down all these years and doing all this and being old and rickety and a white-headed lady that sits on the back pew of the church that is not nice to you.
and
And that's who
judges
she
other
was.
buses.
But she's got a new heart. She's got a new engine, a new transmission. Her name is Priscilla.
So Phyllis has been born again.
Yeah.
She's been born again.
And
Thank
Priscilla is actually even more alliterative with Prevost. So
Yeah, it's Priscilla Prevost.
I feel like it's actually kind of her destiny. Maybe her name should be Destiny.
You know, you want this beautiful old lady to be this, like hot young name, and it's just not real.
Listen, have you never seen Nanny McPhee? That's our bus.
Isn't that one of those housing
Right.
market banks?
What?
Isn't that one of those housing market banks?
Is that,
Yeah, Nanny
are
McPhee,
You, are you
yeah.
thinking of Fannie Mae? Is that what you're thinking of?
Yeah,
Fanny Mae.
nice work.
That was good. It's good.
All right, so we need to probably wrap it up pretty soon. So I want to ask some more questions with our guests about what
Yes.
you're into. I was asking you about music. You said you were in a band. What kind of music do you like? You know, obviously you brought Disciple in. I don't know if it's because you liked Disciple or because you just were trying to reach your youth. But what kind of music do you like?
I like hard rock. Anything hard rock. Now you've got 50 genres of rock, so
At least.
you've got to slot that. But alternative rock.
You mentioned Tourniquet, which is an awesome classic
Yes.
Christian metal band. Do you like other bands like that?
Yes.
In that realm? Is it
So is Tourniquet more because you're a drummer? So you're a big
Yes.
Ted Kirkpatrick fan because you're a drummer?
Yes, he's real technical and he's challenged to try to do what he does.
Yeah. So are you able to get on his level with some stuff?
Not quite.
Not quite. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
Ted.
have-
Ted's an interesting guy. There's really no other drummer that's like him. I mean, as far as like when you listen to it, it's almost like a dry, raw. You're gonna hear actually what the drums sound like and what he's actually playing, and there's very few people who can do it and pull it off, and he does.
That's cool.
Yes, I love the way he can write the music and do the drums and the guitar and the bass and the lyrics and all. He does it all from the ground up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Did he write most of the Tourniquet stuff? Or
He was a big part.
it's cool.
Yes. Anyways, great. I'm a big follower of Tourniquet and Decipher Down, some of my favorite people.
They are awesome. We were just playing soccer
like
with some of them.
Yeah, Ben is a great drummer as well.
Yeah.
Current drummer, Ben Millhouse.
Did you know that Joey played drums on their most recent album?
Great.
I don't know if you've heard it. It's called The Other Side of Darkness. It's a great record.
I've always
Great.
wondered. I keep
Great
asking
record.
him what's on the other side of darkness. They won't tell me.
I know. They're keeping it a secret. It's going to be the next album title, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. One of my
Be the
most
other
impressive stories is how Decipher Down.
Depressive or impressive?
Impressive stories is Decipher Down came to my house and climbed our tree. So that was one of the best
They
things that ever
climbed
happened
your
to us.
tree?
I want to go to your house and
I
climb
know.
a tree.
Climbing a tree sounds so cool.
That sounds amazing.
Especially if they already
Is
did
it how? Is it like? Did they get really high in the tree? They make it way up to the top.
Climbing the tree. It was
I
great.
mean, how tall is the tree?
It's like 40 foot tall, 50
Okay.
foot tall.
Did they get that high?
That's how people. That's how people get hurt.
Dude, I climbed trees as a kid. I fell out of a couple of my trees as a kid. I remember falling out of one tree, and it literally the slow motion thing.
Yes.
Like you're hitting the branches all the way down. I like literally took all these and landed on my back and was
Did you get the wind knocked out of you?
totally
Oh.
fine. Wind knocked out of me and was totally fine. If I fell out of a tree today, dear God.
Yeah. Though when you're that age, you're just made of rubber and magic, and if you fall, just your body just doesn't even get phased.
Oh my gosh. All right, Kana.
She fell off a roof. She fell off the roof a couple years ago.
On the
A
job.
couple years ago?
No,
How tall was the roof?
I was in middle school and we were hanging out on the roof of our house because we enjoyed
Just
to do
hanging-
that.
just chilling.
just
No,
hanging
I
out.
used to do that too. I
Yeah.
understand that.
And then, I mean, it was just one story.
Okay, one story.
Yeah, and I fell off, and like one of my brother's friends was over at the time, and he was on the roof too, and he didn't get off for like an hour after that.
Well, what are you doing to fall off of a roof? Did you?
I missed the ladder.
Oh, okay. So you were trying. Okay.
Stumbled on my way.
Okay, stumbled on your way down.
It, but
Really?
It had that effect
So it knocked
on
you out?
I mean, I think for a second I was fine.
Okay.
Everybody else was freaking out.
You know-
I was never allowed on the roof.
Let me tell you, for someone who likes to get on top of a roof, let me ask you this question, because I used to do this all the time. With a one-story house that I grew up in, we had a trampoline, and we would get the water hose out, and we would wet that trampoline down. Okay, so the trampoline with the water would make it extra bouncy, so you could get twice as high with a wet trampoline as you
I've
could.
never heard of this. That's amazing.
Oh, you wet down the trampoline, and it is like Launch City up in the air. Okay.
It's like somebody like bouncing you on a normal.
Yeah, So- yeah, yeah.
I'm probably going to get someone injured with what I'm
I was
about
about
to say. So right now, I will at least say, don't do this. Don't try this at home. But I would jump off. We'd invite all the kids of the neighborhood, and they'd come over to my house, and we would get on top of the house, and we would jump off of our house onto a wet trampoline, and 100% of the time, our feet would hit the ground.
Did you have your
100%
parents'
of that.
blessing to do this?
Of course not. I didn't have my parents' blessing to start this band. You wouldn't be here if I was waiting around on that. So, Kana, you're finally talking. Perfect. All right. So, what are some of the things that you like? What's some of the music that you like?
I know you mentioned one that we have in common.
He mentioned that.
I mentioned? Who did I mention?
Dad.
Dad mentioned Reliant
Dad
K.
mentioned that.
You like Reliant K?
Yeah, I don't listen to him anymore. I used to all the time.
What are you
That's
into
like
right now?
Travel music, worship, probably.
Where I am too.
Like
Yeah.
Hillsong,
Bethel,
Bethel,
yeah.
cool. Jesus
we
culture,
love-
Yeah.
very
we
cool.
love Bethel. We're getting ready to do a worship project, and we're probably going to
saw
do
that.
a Carrie Job song. So,
Possibly a Jesus culture song,
Forever.
possibly a Bethel song. We got a lot to choose from. So
I'm excited.
yeah, we are too. Do you sing at all or play anything? No.
because most people who like worship usually are singers or piano players or whatever. It's just true.
It's just the truth.
People want me to, but I won't. He told me I got my nose pierced when I was still underage, and he told me I could do it, and they'd sign off on it if I'd take singing lessons. And I was like, oh yeah. And if I finished my lunch that day, so I hid half the lunch under the thing. I was like 17.
So you didn't do either of the things that you were supposed
I
to do.
told him, I said, yeah, if you hook me up with singing lessons, knowing that he wouldn't follow through, and he never did. So I was in the
Oh
clear.
man, Dad got called out.
Oh my
I
gosh.
said the only excuse for piercing is being in a rock band singing.
That's
or
not a bad
playing
thought to
instrument.
have.
You have to have piercings to play or rock out. And
Johnny, I hate to bring it to you. I can barely get her to talk into a microphone, so I don't think she's going to be singing anytime soon.
It was his goal. It never happened.
Hey, there's still time. Just
Yeah.
saying.
Yeah, when Firefly came to, I think y'all were with Firefly at that time, and y'all did a signing at Lifeway. But we met Firefly, and then she liked my name so much that from the stage she was like calling me out and stuff because she thought my name was cool.
Nice.
And Dad was like, "Oh, there's your connection. Like you're in. Like you can do it now." And I was like, "No."
Speaking of
They need a drummer, so go ahead.
Speaking of Dawn from Firefly and cool names and your name, Dawn has a son named Johnny Scott Danger Lot.
Johnny Scott Danger Lot.
Yes.
got Danger Lot.
Yeah.
Wow, yeah, you can actually
Danger's his
sing
middle name.
that. You can
And it's-
sing that name,
My middle name.
Johnny Scott Danger Lot.
Yeah, that has a lot to do with the father.
Yes.
'Cause good old Matt.
Matt, yeah.
Good old Matt, one of our buddies.
Yeah, set him up to be a superhero later in life.
Yeah,
Matt Lott.
did exactly what every dad wants to do.
Do you think
There
Matt
are no
Lott's favorite
rules.
TV show is Matlock?
Oh my gosh, I've never thought about that. That's awesome. So worship music, is there any other bands that you're really into besides Disciple?
No.
Do you like Decipher Down?
Yes.
Okay, so you just lied to me.
Well,
You
So
said
you
no.
lied. Literally, this bus is almost as holy as a church. So if you lie in here, it's almost the same. You
pranked
could get struck
Andrew.
by lightning.
I was honest on the bus right now.
You got to be honest in here.
I like their older stuff.
Oh,
You like who's older stuff?
Cypher down.
Cypher Down?
Yeah.
Well, they only have like 3 records, so I mean, you
Hey,
can't really
all
go
right,
that
let's
old.
just take a little
Caleb the
point
singer.
this out that
They don't listen to our podcast. It's fine.
Joey just pranked Andrew.
I went. And Andrew goes
Here, do it on the microphone. So what you did? I just. Yeah.
on a little cardboard box, and then Andrew's like, looks at me, he goes, somebody's at the door. I'm like, you should go get it. And he went up and got it. No one was there. Classic.
Oh, Andrew, that's what you get for being so polite.
Except
So
when it comes
nice.
to bus names.
Yeah, but so weird.
That's his one thing.
So
That's his
weird.
button. I don't know.
Unreal.
Speaking of button, I'm about to push the stop button on this thing.
Hey, thank you, guests.
Yes.
You guys are awesome.
Thank you
And
so much.
Being the coolest guy that we've ever
Yeah.
had up here on the bus. Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah.
Johnny Rebel.
We named our album Long Live the Rebels. Little did we know that you were the culmination of what we were going for.
So tonight we're
Yeah.
gonna change the lyrics to "Long Live the Johnny Rebels."
Tell them what your favorite verse is.
Philippians 4:13.
No, okay, sorry, wrong verse. Your other favorite verse.
Your second favorite verse, Johnny. Come on, read our mind, please.
What's the second favorite?
All things are lawful.
All
Oh.
things are lawful for me.
Oh wow, yeah, spoken like a true rebel.
That
All
verse
things are
right
lawful for me.
All things are lawful for me.
There
I
you
can
go.
see that being a great thing to bring up in a spousal conversation. Yes, I can see that.
As he
being
nods
yes.
knowingly.
Hey, yes, dear. You know the Bible says that first of all that I am the authority of the home, and all things are lawful for me. I can see this happening at your house.
Yes. Anytime I need to smoke a tire or ride a wheelie, it's like that's not legal. Yes, it is.
Actually, all things.
The
Yes.
Lord begs to differ.
It's going to be many years before that conversation will work in my house, Johnny. I'm working my way towards it.
Only illegal if you get caught doing it.
Well, the Bible says that all things are lawful for me, but not all things are good.
Or beneficial.
But burning a tire is very beneficial for
Definitely
everyone.
I think it's good for the environment. So
Everyone wins. Everyone wins. Except
Thanks,
the
guys.
EPA.
See ya next time.
We love you!